I chose to talk about a topic that I feel is very important, right? Um, a lot of people ask me that because of my experience when I was incarcerated for a long time, um, about how does that affect me and what it's about, right? And I had a few people ask me, well, what should I do? Because my son just got locked up and he doesn't really know what to do. He's never been in jail before, and so on and so forth. So I figured, why not give a good picture to y'all, right? So that way y'all can understand what goes on, all right? Picture this. Put yourself in the shoes of the prisoners that just get incarcerated, right? You just got locked up, right? Picture this. You're handcuffed. You're in a cop car, right? And you get taken to the precinct, right? On the way to the precinct, they fingerprint you, they strip you, and they say, you know what, yeah, we're gonna, they go to the courts, and the judge decides, yeah, we're gonna lock them up pending trial, right? If you're in New York City, 9 times out of 10, you're going to Rikers Island, right? If you're in another county, you're probably going to a county jail, and so on and so forth, right? But almost every county jail is about the same. I know about Rikers Island because that's where I went. I didn't go to other counties, so I can't really speak on behalf of those. But I do know that the majority of them follow the same kind of platform, right? They all have the same kind of procedures. They follow, in general, they follow the same policies. So it's pretty much the same thing, especially as far as prisoners. A lot of prisoners go through a lot of the same things behind the scenes, things that you would never know about. You can't read a policy and know about what a prisoner really goes through on the inside. The only ones that could tell you that are the people that actually go through it, the prisoners, right? So this is what I'm trying to do for you right now, right? So you get to Rikers Island, right, or to whatever county jail it is, right? You get there whatever time. Sometimes it is like real late night, 2 or 3 in the morning. You was just sleeping in the bullpens for 2 or 3 days. Um, long hours. You had the same clothes on for 3 or 4 days. You sweaty, you dirty, and now you get put into what's called a receiving room, right? The receiving room is really like a cattle herd place, man. Like they put you, It's like about 8 pens, 8 jail pens, and you got one desk in the middle where all the guards be at, and they watch you. They put you, they could put anywhere from up to 10 to 14 prisoners in the same bullpen, and you sit there, right? On Rikers Island, they got them separated by boroughs, right? You have the Bronx borough, you got the Manhattan borough, you got the Queens borough, you got Brooklyn, you got Staten Island. You might have in another pen, you might have somebody who's going to court. You might have somebody who's going out to the hospital. You might have somebody who's just coming back from court. You might have a pen for the SHU or the Bing, as they call it down in Rikers Island. Those are the people that get into trouble, and get written infractions for serious trouble that they caused, or they got into, or they was accused of while they was in the county jails on Rikers Island at that point, right? So now, mind you, if you've never been through this experience before, just this fact right there is kind of intimidating, right? So now you get thrown into a pen. You're all sweaty, you're all dirty. Depending on what kind of lifestyle you live, if you live a clean lifestyle, that kind of throws you off right there. Um, and then you're like, wow, I need a shower, right? So, technically, you want to take a shower, you want to stay clean. Uh, they give you that. What they do is they throw you into a shower. If you're male, they put 10 males in the same shower until y'all all shower together, right? There's about maybe five. There's about If they put 10 of y'all in there, there's about maybe 6, 7 shower heads in there, and they put y'all to shower, right? Um, they give you a towel, they give you a bar of soap, They give you what's called like a lice thing to make sure you don't get no lice and stuff. And then you shower. After you shower, they search you, right? They make you they actually visibly watch you while you're naked, right? I can't speak for the women because I was not there as a woman. I was there as a man. So from my perspective, they actually, they put you naked there. They actually make you lift up your arms, show, your underarms while you butt naked, right? You're gonna run your fingers through your mouth. You're gonna do all of that, right? You're gonna stick your tongue out, all of that, right? The whole purpose of doing this is to make sure that you're not bringing in any weapons, right? This is the same process that you go through when you go to court while you're there, too, by the way. But this is your first time going through it, so this is what they do. They make you put your hand under your genitals, raise up your genitals, so that way they can look under your genitals, make sure you don't have nothing taped there, nothing stashed there. Then you turn around and they tell you to bend over and spread your butt cheeks. Right now, you have these guards. Of course, the guards are gonna be male; they're not gonna be female. So the male guards, they're looking and they look in between your butt cheeks. They don't touch you. They don't touch you, but they look. They look, right? And they have to make sure that they look because you could have any weapons in there. This is their excuse for it, right? This is their justification for doing this, right? Then after they bend over, they may even tell you to cough. At one point there was, I don't know how they're doing it now. Um, and then afterwards, when you strain up, they tell you lift your feet, right? They want to look at the bottom of your feet, make sure you don't got nothing stuck there. Wiggle your toes, make sure there's nothing between your toes. Now, mind you, this whole time you're butt naked, right? You're naked. You got no underwears on, no nothing, right? Now, once you take a shower, they give you they give you they give you a set of clothes, right? They're gonna give you a pair of pants. They're gonna give you underwears. They're gonna give you a shirt, right? You're gonna put this on. Now you go back to the boot pen. It's gonna be a different boot pen than the one you went into in the beginning, but now you're in the second boot pen, right? You're still with the same people that you was in the courthouse with, right? Before you even came to Rikers Island. Now, if this is not intimidating enough, right? Already, by this time, a normal person would already be like, "Damn, this is some crazy shit I'm going through," right? So if you're not already intimidated now, you're not already crying, you're not already fearful, right? No, if you are, right, if you're in a situation and you do get to that point where you're scared and you're crying, you're starting to feel it, don't feel bad because it happens, right? It's your first time going through this. That's a normal reaction, trust me. But whatever you do, you're never supposed to let nobody see this, right? I'm gonna get back to why in a minute, right? In a little bit. But don't ever let nobody see you crying. Don't let nobody ever see you shaking, scared, or in fear, right? Not in this environment, right? I'm gonna explain it to you in a little bit, right? But okay, so you're back in the boot pen. You're still with the same people, so you may have started to talk to one or two people. Y'all may have gotten to know each other. So now you start talking, right? So now what they do is they take you to a room and they make what's called an ID card, right? From that point on, from the point of that they give you an ID card, they take a picture of you, and then they give you a number. My number was 241-9214138, right? The 241 was for the borough of the Bronx. The 92 was for the year that I was arrested, and then the 14138 was pretty much just everybody in order, right? And I came up on that line. So I guess depending on what borough you in, you're gonna have different three numbers in the front. If you're Manhattan, you have a different one. In Queens, you're gonna have a different one, whatever it is. But from that point on, that's your number. Your name is no longer important, right? Whatever they call you, whatever your mother called you, whatever they named you, doesn't matter to these people anymore. What matters to these people is that number, right? So everywhere you go, they're gonna ask you that number. You want to buy commissary, they want that number. You want your mail, they want that number on your letter. You know what I'm saying? You want to get some money in your account. You want your people to put, your family's gonna put some money in your account when they come visit you. They need that number. Everything is by a number now, right? So now they just wipe away your identity, right? Basically, that's what they're doing. The whole point is that they're brainwashing you, right? So that way, now you're not no longer considering yourself a person. Now you're just property, right? You're just numbered property. That's what you are to them, right? So that's step one, right? So now after the boot pen, they give you your ID card. They're gonna give you what's called a bundle, right? The bundle is gonna have a blanket, I believe 2 sheets, 2 pillowcases, a pillow, a toothbrush, toothpaste, maybe a set of shower slippers. Not sure. You know, just like a little care package for your hygienic products, right? And not really a care package, but just your basics, right? So now you got this bundle. You either could decide to lift it up and carry it, which is kind of a big bundle to carry, or you could drag it with you, right? Drag it on the floor. However, which way you decide to do it, you get into a line, and this line you go to what's called the New Jack House, right? Or I guess uh, I guess you could call it the receiving dorm. When I was there, it was Mod 6. Um, Other place, you know what I'm saying? Now it may be something different. I don't know, but not you're going to a new house, right? And this is like a place where all of them, everybody's new. All the prisoners are new there. They probably been there for a few weeks or whatever it is. I went to a mod, so I'm gonna give it to you from the version that I went through. So let's say you go down the line, you go all the way to the end of the corridor, and now you end up in a mod, right? You're in a dormitory. Picture army barracks, right? That's just that's the most similar thing that I could think of to give you. Army barracks, and you got about one, two, three, four, uh, about maybe 4 to 5 columns of beds, right? You got 4 to 5 columns of beds, and when you come inside, you got one gate you got to go through. They call that the C gate, right? The C gate is the middle, right? Because one side is A, the other side is B. You C, you're in the middle, right? All right, cool. So now you stay in the C gate, and you sit there, right? If it's a mod, the mod is broken into 2 sides, right? You got the north side, you got the south side, right? The north side might be the A side, south side might be the B side, however that works, right? So now you go inside, you go into the C gate. The officer that actually escorted you goes into his bubble, which is what they call their office. They call it a bubble because it got plexiglass, so that way when you're in the dorm or in the mod itself, you can't get inside into their office, but you can see them, and there's a clear glass, and they might have a little window. You know what I'm saying? So you can slide paperwork, you slide tissue, whatever it is, but without actually having physical contact to them, because that would be where they could open up the C gate, open up the A and B gate, whatever it is, right? To buzz people in and out. They don't want prisoners to get in there, right? So now you're sitting in the C gate, and the first thing that happens is all the prisoners come to the glass, right? The glass looks into the C gate, which is where you're sitting at, right? Or you're standing at. You might have maybe 10 people. Y'all there, y'all waiting to get in there, right? Boom. So now they're not looking to see how friendly you are. So don't even let that get to you, right? They're not looking to see, oh yo, that's my friend. Boom. They might, but majority of the time, if you don't recognize these people, they're looking to see what they can steal from you. I'm being honest with you. Keep it 100% official, right? They're looking at you to see what they can steal from you or what they can make you do for them, right? They're looking to see if they can turn you into what's called the herb or a doja, Doja meaning that they can send you out to do things for them, or a herb making you, maybe wash clothes for them, or if they can steal something from you because they let you have your personal clothes, right? They might let you have an outfit, right? So your outfit might be a pair of Nikes, right? Whatever you got arrested with, right? A pair of jeans, you might have some True Religion jeans, let's say. You have on maybe you had a gold chain that they let you slide by in reception because it wasn't big enough where they had to take it from you. You might have a leather coat, right? A little pele pele, right? You chilling with your pele pele out here in the streets. Now you go through there. Guess what, nigga? You're gonna have to fight for that. Just being honest, you're gonna have to fight for that. I really hope you're tough and you're willing to defend yourself because now this is the time when you're gonna have to defend yourself. All right, you're in that Seagate. They looking you over. They trying to see if you're weak. You don't want them to think you're weak. So if you were scared and you showed them that you were scared in that bullpen and you were crying or you was doing whatever, whoever saw you crying, whoever saw that little weakness, knows that you're weak. So that means that they're gonna come at you and they're gonna try you. And if you don't defend yourself, you might as well just give them everything, right? They're not gonna leave you butt naked, but whatever holy sneakers they give you, whatever it is they're gonna give it to you, you better hold that down, right? Now that's one way to do it, right? The other way is you defend yourself, right? Um, I mean, let's be honest. These guys is in there. If you're gonna give them a real fight over your stuff, they rather try somebody who's not, right? So you stand up for yourself. Even if you lose, you fight back. You fight back enough, they leave you alone, right? You don't fight back at all, they're always gonna come at you and they're gonna tear you down, right? And every time you get any little thing, you get the fresh new pair of socks on the visit room. You get, maybe another shirt. Maybe, your parents say, yo, you know what? I'm gonna bring you that leather that you had in the house. I'm gonna bring it to you. They're gonna rob you for it. You don't want to go through that, right? So start your bit off right. You defend yourself, right? I'm not saying to look for trouble. I'm not saying to that you should go in there and start robbing from people and stuff like that. You shouldn't be a troublemaker. Don't be somebody you wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You should just be just you. But you have a right to defend yourself and keep your own property, right? Just defend yourself, right? So now you're in the Seagate, right? And you're sitting there. Let's say you have on that little pele pele. You got your little True Religion jeans, little fresh, nice little pair of Nikes, and you there chilling, right? Boom. These guys is on each side. They looking you over, right? You can't hear what they saying most of the time if they're not yelling. But 9 times out of 10, they telling their man, yo, look, I like those Nikes. Oh shit, you see that nigga's pele pele? You that shit is mine. Nobody else could take that. That's mine. That's mine. Nobody touch that. When that nigga get in here, that's mine. Nobody pressing for that. This is what's happening behind in that dorm while you waiting to go in there, right? So now the officers inside the bubble, and they're talking to the other officers, and they decided what side you're gonna go to, right? Meanwhile, the guys is in there. They're already planning. They're already wearing your stuff in their mind. They're already wearing your pele pele. You got the other guys say, yo, those True Religions, I'm loving them shit. They're mine. Taking it, right? This is what's happening. As soon as you go in that door, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They're not gonna approach you yet, right? Because the officers are gonna go with you, and they're gonna tell you, yo, go find a bet, right? They're not gonna give you a bet. I'm gonna tell you, yo, go find a bet, right? You're gonna go into the dorm. They have just telling you from my own experience, right? They have what's called Broadway, right? Broadway is the middle two rows of beds, right? That's called Broadway, right? If you were one of the more tougher ones, right? You probably had a bed towards the back, right? VIP section, however you want to call it, right? Broadway was those two rows. 9 times out of 10, if you was not into fighting, maybe you was victimized, maybe you was a herb, maybe you became a doja, you would probably be on Broadway, right? And I mean, even in Broadway, not towards the back, you'd be more towards the middle, towards the front, right? The reason is because when you're sleeping, everybody got to walk by your bed, and that's, let's keep it official. If people wanted to do anything to you while you're sleeping, that's the easiest place to go because they got to walk by your bed every time. They can smack you, they can do whatever it is, get to their bed without the officers even knowing what's going on, right? So they're probably gonna try to tell you, yo, go to Broadway because all the other beds are taken, whatever it is. You're only gonna get an open bed, you know what I'm saying? So really you got no say so yet to where you're gonna sleep. So you gotta take whatever open bed is there, right? That's cool, that's understandable. Now, if you take your open bed, you're gonna unpack your blanket and stuff. You're gonna make your bed. The officer is gonna tell you to make your bed. After a few minutes, the officer is gonna go in the bubble. I would give it maybe 5 or 10 minutes after that officer go in the bubble. What's gonna end up happening is you're gonna get some of the prisoners are gonna come talk to you. Yo, what's up, homie? How you doing? What's up? Yo, what you in here for? Yo, you whatever conversation, they're gonna start a conversation with you. Not everybody's bad. Not everybody's, trying to do something to you. But 9 times out of 10, they're sizing you up. They're having that conversation with you, they sizing you up. Right? So 9 times out of 10, as they talking to you, they trying to see how weak you are. They trying to see if you're a strong person, you're gonna fight for your stuff, you're gonna defend yourself to keep your clothes or whatever it is, right? Your responses is what's gonna dictate what happens next. I'm just being honest with you. Anybody who's been to Rikers Island before knows that what I'm saying is the truth. This sounds very crazy, but this is what it is, right? In prison, only the strong survive, right? Or at least the ones that were defending for themselves, right? You got it. Sometimes you're gonna lose. You're not gonna win every fight, right? The whole point is that you still gotta have the willingness to stand up for yourself, right? So guess what? Talk to the person and listen. Um, I'm sorry. Just came in. I'm good. What I'm saying? I appreciate the conversation. I don't really feel like talking right now. That sounds like a good response. Respectful, right? Respectful, but yeah, you still showing them that you're not weak, right? Because a weak person, oh yeah, how you doing? You become very friendly, right? And then next thing you know, wow, they're gonna take your stuff. I'm honest with you. They're gonna find some way to take your stuff. You have to establish the fact that you're not a weak person from that moment, right? As a matter of fact, you already established that from the moment you walked into that sea gate because they watched you that whole time. As soon as they found out you was there, or the first people that went to the glass, yo, look in the sea gate, yo, we got new people coming. That's the first thing they did, right? So I'm just telling you this so you can be prepared in the event something happens, right? And so you can understand what happens in there, right? So now you make your bet. Let's say you tell them, yo, I don't really feel like talking right now. Cool. So they back off. Yo, that's cool. And so now, in this scenario, I'm making my bed. Boom, boom, boom. The bed is being made. I make the bed and I sit down. Boom, I lay back. All right. Do I go to sleep? Hell no. Better not go to sleep there. Not yet, anyway. I mean, at some point you have to sleep, but not right now. You know why? Because they're checking you out, right? They trying to see what kind of a person you are, right? They're still trying to see if you're weak. Remember, you still got that person that said they want that pele pele. You still got the other person that want those true religions, and you got the other person who's already back in the back of the dorm looking at his feet, talking about, yo, when I have those Nikes on, they're gonna look fly on my feet, right? Just being honest with you, giving it to you raw, right? So guess what? Guess what you're gonna do? Right? You're gonna lay back and you're gonna observe. Right? That's gonna be your first thing. you're gonna observe, right? You look towards the back. That's where the strong people are, right? So you want to see who's back there. You want to put the face in your mind so you can remember them of who's the strong ones, right? Because these are the ones who's gonna make the decisions on you of whether or not you're gonna keep your clothes, right? Or of how long you're gonna have to fight to keep them, right? These are the people that's gonna make those decisions. So you want to make sure you know who they are. You don't want to be their friends. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a sign of weakness, right? If you don't know them, why would you want to be their friends all of a sudden? That don't make no sense, right? So, but what you want to do is you want to know who they are, right? Because if they're coming for you, then that means it could go either way, right? Now, besides looking for those people, you want to look for the people that's dealing with them a lot, right? Because those people that's in the back that are strong, they have what's called doges, right? It sounds like soldiers, right? Yeah. Well, the difference between doges and soldiers actually are in a war and they actually get paid for it, right? And they're in a war that they want to be in, right? Doges are not really that like that, right? Doges are more they forced to be there. They forced to do what they told. They forced to do what they told. They forced to do what they told, and then what ends up happening is they if they don't do it, they get into trouble, right? Or something happens to them, right? So these are the people that you're looking for, right? The people that you see always running to the back and talk to these strong people. You want to see if they're talking about you, if they're referring to you. If these people just finish going to the back and talking to the stronger people, right? And then they come and talk to you, 9 times out of 10, they were sent by those people, right? The one thing you never want to do is you never want to show weakness, right? This is what we said, right? So guess what? These people come to you, they're gonna try you. That's perfectly understandable and perfectly expected. Expect that there's gonna be a test, right? This is a serious test. It's not like in school, you fail, you get a 30%. Oh, well, I could do it again. Nah, this is not with those kind of tests. This is a test that is going to dictate how your bid is going to be in prison. All right? Because your moment started from the day you went into that receiving room to dictate of how your bid was going to go. You want a smooth bid or you want a rough bid, right? If you defend yourself, it may be a little rough in the beginning, but it'll smooth out. If you don't defend yourself and you become a victim, you're going to have a real bad bid. Don't make the misconception or the misunderstanding that you could go to the correction officers to protect. Think about it. In each dorm, they have maybe 30 prisoners. They have maybe 3 correction officers in that whole area, right? On my side of the dorm, there's 30. On the other side, there's 30. That's about 60 prisoners to be divided up between 3 correction officers. Those 3 correction officers is not going to be able to protect you all day. So do not keep in mind, oh, I can go to the correction officer for protection. No, don't believe that. Because even if the correction officer wanted to protect you, it is so hard to do so because there's so many ways for prisoners to do something to you if they wanted to. So your protection is these 2 things, which is your hands, right? Your fists and your brain, right? Your brain is going to dictate to you when you have to use this or how you can avoid using those. You know what I'm saying? You have to become humble, you have to become intelligent, and you have to be observant, right? So going back to the scenario, we watching to see who's talking to who, right? I mean, eventually you don't want to lay in bed all day, right? So you want to go watch some TV or something, right? There's a TV room there, right? So you want to go see TV. This is a normal reaction, right? So guess what? You go to the TV room. What are you gonna do? You would tell yourself, I'm gonna go turn on the TV, right? I'm gonna go turn on the TV, go watch the TV. That might be a no-no. Now you might just cause a problem, right? Because the tough guys in the dorm run the TV, right? But guess what? If you're not a victim, it's not wrong for you to do that, right? So you may have just shown them that you're gonna be strong, right? But you gotta also be humble, right? Because you don't want to live your bid fighting, right? That don't make any sense. You there, you trying to do your time and go home, right? So guess what? You go to the TV room, the TV is off. Let's say hypothetically speaking, the TV is off. Um, the right thing to do is you look around. So okay, well, why is the TV off? Is it because the room is empty, or is it because people are just there, like they're playing card games, they're playing chess, whatever it is? If there's people in that TV room and that TV is off, there's a reason for that, right? Either the correction officer turned it off and got the power off, right? Or one of the strong guys said, you know what, nobody's watching TV, right? So you want to find out, right? So guess what you do? You go in and you observe, right? You stand along the wall because why? You're gonna protect your back, right? You're new in the dorm, you don't know what's going to go on, so you lean on the wall and you observe. Whoever's the most, you know what I'm saying? You see two people, they're playing cards, they're playing chess, the most talkative, you might go watch. If you play chess, even better. You can go watch them play. Boom, they might spark a conversation with you, innocent conversation, right? Their focus is on their game. The whole thing is not about trying to test you out or not like that. So, then you pitch the question, yo, why the TV off? Don't the TV don't work? That's when you find out why it's off, right? If it's off because the tough guys turned it off, then now you have a you got a choice now. Do you turn it on or do you just leave it off? That's only a question that you can answer in that situation, right? Me personally, maybe I turn it on. I'm tired of being there. I was all night in the bullpens. Maybe I want to watch TV. That is a sure way to show them that you're not gonna take no stuff. That you're gonna step up and defend yourself. Maybe that's the way you go. It all depends on how bad you want to watch TV. Really, the smart way decide how bad you really want to watch TV. But let's say you do go turn on the TV, right? Cool. You go turn on the TV. Okay, so do you sit down? Hell no. You better not sit down. You just made a declaration. You turn on the TV, you just declared war, right? You declared war on the tough guys in the door, right? So what you do is you stand up. Yeah, I turned on the TV. I'm standing up, not bothering nobody. I'm not interfering with nobody. Maybe you even turn it on and you might be like, yo, is there a channel y'all want to watch? Maybe we could watch the same channel. You know what I'm saying? We could, make a vote, whatever it is. That's being humble. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You go and you watch the TV. Maybe something might not happen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the tough guys might overlook it. They might notice it and be like, oh, okay, cool. But what might occur is somebody might step to you, right? If they step to you, how you respond to them is how you determine. Is how you let them see you're gonna be throughout your bit. All right. So you have to be intelligent, right? I mean, unless you know some taekwondo stuff or whatever it is, you can't go against 30 guys. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, that's what it probably end up at, right? Those same people playing chess and everything, if it comes out to a big brawl, they'll probably get into it and get against you and go along with the house, right? So if they come and they step to you about the TV, yo, why you turn the TV on? Yo, my bad. I just wanted to watch TV. I'm new here. I just wanted to watch TV, my brother. I ain't got no issues with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Cool. That's a perfectly humble response. Still showing the fact that you're willing to step up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You start, you know what I'm saying? You start crying, you start getting scared, you waver from looking in their eyes, whatever it is, then you're gonna have a bad time there. All right, cool. TV situation out the way. They say, oh, okay, that's cool. Fuck it. We're gonna leave the TV on. You watch TV, whatever it is. Okay, cool. Now you make it to your bed. You say, you know what? I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna go to my bed. I'm gonna go lay down. Right? There ain't much else for you to do. You don't know nobody. You do not want to make friends. Nah, that's not your purpose. That first day, you don't want to make no friends because it's gonna be seen as if you're doing something because you're being weak. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. So guess what you do? Instead of trying to become everybody's friend, you're going to be by yourself, right? So now you go to the bed and you go lay down, right? You lay back and you continue to observe. You observe what happens, right? Anything can happen that day, right? They could try you that day. They could try you the next day. 9 times out of 10 of that TV thing occurred and they didn't do nothing right behind that, you're gonna have a good first day, right? Nobody's gonna step to you yet, right? Because if the TV thing occurred and they didn't do anything to you, then you're probably gonna survive to the next day. So now, out of so let's say that's just what happened that first day. Now you go to sleep, right? I just want to recap a little bit, right? Now, during that first day, guess what? You've been tested at least 4 times, right? You had to pass the test, right? Because if you fail the test, then you have a bad bit, right? You always want to pass the test. The test is, and the way you pass is for you to show that you are not a troublemaker, but you are not gonna let nobody walk all over you and steal your stuff. All right, that's the key to pass the test. Now we went through this scenario, right, and it ended up in a good day. Stay tuned for my next live stream in a few days, and I'm gonna give you another scenario, maybe a more aggressive one, right, of something else that can happen, right. Now, mind you, giving you all this stuff from my own personal experiences, things that I saw happen throughout my first days on Rikers Island, right? Now, it can vary. Different things can occur. But the next live stream that I do for you, and I'm going to explain the situations to you, that's when you're going to be in a serious moral dilemma, right? So remember where we left off today, right? And make sure you tune in to the next one, right? First thing I want you to do before you tune out right now, go subscribe to the channel, like this video, give me any comments that you want at the bottom, and I'll be sure to answer. And I will definitely respond. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to remind you that you never, ever, ever have to be silent. Talk back right here with Cripple3030. Take care. Have a good day.